At the time, did you think of what were other ideas you were thinking about at the time, like pursuing? Obviously you went this route and it worked out really well, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm a tinker. I'm a opportunist. So we had a lot of harebrained schemes of businesses. We were going to build websites. We were going to start a house painting company. Self-storage was the one that we ended up choosing. Turns out real estate is the most capital intensive business in the world though. And we ran out of money really fast.
Tell me more.
Built that first building. I mean, I raised $500K from, man, it was brutal. I spent a year and a half going from kitchen table to people who actually didn't have the money. So I was kind of at the wrong kitchen tables, scrapped together $500K to invest in that first deal. Built the building for $2.9 million. Luckily today it's worth over $10 million. I've bought out my partners. It's been, life-changing wealth for me and several people who are involved in the deal. So, but yeah, we ran out of money to buy the second one and the third one and the fourth one. We kind of used some refinance proceeds to buy a 3-property portfolio in Erie at public auction for $600K. We bought a little $415,000 property in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Just kind of scraped it together. Bought a little deal in Shippenville, Pennsylvania with a little bit of outside capital. And then we just, finally started meeting people with some cash and raising money and growing the business. But today we've raised about $40 million. We've bought $100 million worth of storage and, got 55 employees and 2 million square feet.
Crazy. I can't just gloss over that $500K though, because I know it's the stuff that I'm most interested in. Tell me more of like that pitch at the time when you had not raised anything money yet. You obviously are trying to raise from people at the time who didn't really have much money, as you mentioned, and you're pretty not unproven, but unproven, I guess, in this way. Yes.
Yeah, very unproven in real estate. I'd never raised capital before, and I think there's a difference between venture capital and real estate private equity, even on a very small. We were on a very, very small scale, but we raised money to build a real estate asset where we got some of the upside. Right, that's how it works. So we had to convince the bankers that our business plan was going to work. We had to convince the investors that our business plan was going to work. And I met with 100 people and 94 of them told me that it wasn't going to work. I met with 10 banks. 9 of them told me that it wasn't going to work. So I think a theme throughout my entire career is that I've never really had the pedigree or the permission or the resume to do any of the things that I've done. And that's a pretty important concept in the Sweaty Startup book as well. It's like nobody's ever going to give you permission. You have to give yourself permission.
Did you know, like you said 100 investors, it's a lot of pitching. At what point were you at all thinking like, okay, this is not going to work. We could maybe do something different. Maybe go back to that painting business or something, because people get rejection and they're like, well, some people keep going, some people don't. Am I crazy?
Yeah,
we had already take me through the mindset.
Yeah. We used the first 100. We raised about 100K and we put in 150K to close on the land. We bought the land. So there was no turning back. Like the project had to be done. We brought in the last investor. I brought in the last investor who was actually the realtor who sold me the piece of land. He put in the 125K that allowed us to like pay the last bit of the earthwork contract before the bank draws started kicking on the loan, like in the middle of the project. So it was very uncomfortable, very uncertain. And I'm really glad that guy invested that last 125K or we would have had to find somewhere to borrow. I'm sure we would have figured it out, but it would have gotten stressful because we were out of cash. Like we had less than $100,000 to our name and we were trying to do a big ass development, which is not easy.